Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I?
Hi there, Amber here from One Solitary Witch. I hope everyone is doing good today. I would like to talk about shadow work. It's getting around that time of year where the veil is thinning. It's going from fall into winter, which is the darker months of the year, meaning that we don't have a lot of daylight. The nights are longer. And for me, this is a really good time of year to focus my work inward. I don't do a lot of rituals or spell casting so much this time of year. It's more focusing on myself and preparing for the new year and for spring, planting those seeds within myself, and really wanting to grow spiritually and just sort of reach that next higher level. No one's perfect. We all have things we can work on, and it's just a continuing, constant cycle within. Okay, so what is shadow work? Shadow work is focusing on maybe our quote unquote darker half, our darker side, because within everyone, just like in nature, there's balance. So there's light and there's dark. And when I say dark, I don't mean like evil. That's not what I mean. Okay, don't think of darkness as an evil or a bad thing. So darkness might be some trauma, or maybe just some things about yourself that you just don't really like so much and that maybe you would like to change. Maybe you find yourself being too judgmental. Maybe there's something from your past that you're not facing and you need to deal with it in order to heal. And there are a lot of things within myself and within my past that aren't so pleasant. I mean, we've all made mistakes, and I have made my fair share. And even growing up, I had a difficult childhood dealing with a narcissistic mother, and that has left a lot of emotional baggage within myself that I've really carried with me throughout my whole life. And it's something that I'm continuing to work on. I've come a long ways, I really have, but like I said, it's taken me 40 years so far, and I'm nowhere near healed, or at least to where I like to be. I've healed a lot, don't get me wrong, but there are things that I still need to work on. So shadow work is a tool that can help you heal so that we don't keep repeating the same negative cycles, whether that be with relationships, with our careers, habits we might have, whatever it might be. We're going to continue to repeat the same lesson over and over again until we learn from it, until we heal from it. For example, one thing a lot of people can maybe relate to is, why do I keep getting in bad relationships? What is going on? Why do I quote unquote keep picking the wrong partner? And it just seems like maybe you're falling for the same type of person, and it really requires you to step back and to look at yourself, within yourself, to figure out why you keep repeating this cycle. What is inside you that you need to work on so that you can break the chains, so to speak, to heal and to grow. And we cannot go around in life just being all constantly love and light and la-di-da and pushing our shadow deep down and not facing it, because that does not allow your spiritual side or your soul to progress to the next higher level. So we need to face our shadow in order to learn from it, to heal from it, to move on, and to reach the next level of enlightenment. How do you do that? Okay, there's lots of ways that you can start shadow work. You can find like a journal, a book. This journal here is really nice. It has not a lot of writing to it, but it will have prompts, like journal prompts for you to read and exercises to follow. And then it has blank pages for you to write in. If you're someone that likes to journal, I am not a big writer. I never have been. One thing I found that really works for me is I found an app that is like a voice recording app, to where it's a journal, but instead of writing, I'm talking into it. And that's something for me that really has been helping me, because I'm not a big writer, but if I can talk, even if it's like weird, okay, I'm talking to myself, which who cares? I think everybody probably talks to themselves sometimes. That's okay. You know, so it's just really, it helps me. I use this app and I just talk, and sometimes I cry or I get angry or I yell, but it just really helps me get these emotions out. So if you're like me and you're not a big journal person, maybe try that. I think it's really helpful. So journaling is one thing that you can do, and you can look online and you can find a ton of journal prompt entries for shadow work. I'm not going to like list a ton of them right now on this video, because it's something that you can look up online and find out really easily. Just type in a Google search, shadow work journal prompts, and you can find what you're looking for. And for me, a lot of it too is just, I love to read. So I read a lot of self-healing, healing from narcissistic abuse, shadow work books. I do a lot of research and a lot of study on my own. Not everyone's like that. So maybe if you're not into that, seeking outside counsel is one way to do it. Don't be afraid to find a therapist. I still see a therapist every now and then throughout my life. I'm currently working with one now, along with my own self journey that I've been going on, just to heal from some things that I've kind of been stuck in dealing with. So there's nothing wrong with that. A little side note, find a good therapist. Not all of them are. Not all of them you will click with. So it might take time. And there's nothing wrong with meeting with a therapist and being like, you know, I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling connected with you, and moving on. So don't be afraid of that at all. And don't, feel like there's something wrong with you. Like, oh my God, I have to see a therapist. It's a really great way to talk with someone who is qualified, that can help you deal with emotional trauma or whatever it is that you need to deal with. There's nothing wrong with that. So that's one of the things I've been doing in conjunction with my own shadow work. As you can see, like there, I have written nothing in this journal, but I do use that app I was telling you about, and I have read and continue reading a lot of books that have been helping me deal with what I want to work on. I can't tell you what it is that you should be working on. That's for you to decide, and that's something personal for you. Okay, so shadow work. Think about, and this is really hard. It's really hard for some people to do, to really face, to focus deep within, to find out, what is it about me? What's that shadow side of me? It may be not so pretty, maybe, and I don't know, I'm not talking about physical appearance. I'm just like talking about, within you, like what is maybe not the most glamorous thing about you, that maybe you kind of keep to yourself, or you keep deep down within, that you don't really like, and you want to work on, you want to heal from. Okay, I'm just trying to stress, don't push things inside and keep them inside. As hard as it is, we have to face these unpleasant things. We really do, because you're never going to truly heal until you face and deal with these difficult things within you and within your life. And oftentimes it's a lifelong journey. So I hope maybe this shed a little bit of light on shadow work. Maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit. I've kind of like didn't really prepare too much for this video. I just figured I'll just wing it. Story of my life, right? Okay, so if you would like to know more about shadow work, jump online, do some research. There's lots of information out there about it, but the basic underlying premise of it is just focusing within. And these darker months, when it's quiet, when, you know, the night comes early, you know, it's dark, like at 4 or 5 o'clock. And personally, I love it. I do. I'm one of those weird people. I love winter time. I do not like summer at all. I don't care that it's dark at 4 o'clock. I'm up really early in the morning, and I enjoy the light earlier in the morning as opposed to later at night. But that's just me. We're all different. Anyways, I digress. So, I hope maybe this gives you a little basic understanding of shadow work, and if it's something that you want to try to start doing to deal with, I highly recommend it. And just find the right time for you. It doesn't have to be during these darker months. You can face it or deal with it whenever you feel right. That's the most important thing about witchcraft and being a witch, is you follow your own intuition. And your most powerful tool is your mind. Everything else is not necessary. The rest are just tools. You know, all of this, you don't need it. All right. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not the greatest at making videos. I'm working on it. All right. Blessed be everyone. Bye-bye.